Hello and welcome back. You'll get a result like this, tools for planning My Plate Plan. This is for a person that requires 2,000 calories a day. Your caloric intake requirements may be higher or lower, but you can see that the USDA recommends 2 cups of fruits, 2.5 cups of vegetables, 6 ounces of whole grains, 5.5 ounces of protein, and 3 cups of dairy or non-dairy equivalent, maybe things like soy milk or oat milk or so forth. In addition, you'll see at the bottom, limit or moderate sodium, saturated fats, and added sugars. Moderate sodium to 2,300 milligrams a day. Keep saturated fats to under 22 grams a day, and keep added sugars to 50 grams or less per day. It's really important to moderate sodium intakes. If you're predisposed to high blood pressure, diabetes, or chronic kidney disease, it's important to moderate saturated fats, particularly if you're at risk of cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, and strokes. And it's particularly important to moderate cholesterol intakes because cholesterol is essential for delivery of fat around the body as bile salts. Trans fats are something that are being eliminated systematically from the US diet. That's a good thing because they are very dangerous. I would not eat foods with trans fats at all. Reducing added sugars and replacing them with refined grains with whole grains is a really good choice. Alcohol, if it is consumed, should also be consumed in moderation. So, what are the foods that we want to emphasize? Again, the USDA is clear on this. We should be increasing our vegetable intakes, increasing our fruit intakes. Both are equally important. Eating a variety of different fruits and vegetables. It's tempting to keep on eating the same fruits and vegetables day after day, but try to mix it up. Eat green vegetables and red vegetables and yellow vegetables and orange vegetables and beans and peas and legumes of different types. Again, variety is essential. At least half of all your carbohydrates should be coming from whole grains. Try to find sources of calcium and magnesium. Low-fat milk products are a good choice. If you happen to be lactose intolerant, then you may want to choose soy milk or some other products that are high in calcium. Choose a variety of different protein-containing foods to make sure you get all the amino acids that you need. And seafood is a really good choice because of the omega-3 fatty acids that are really helpful to reduce inflammation in the body and helpful for preventing cardiovascular disease. Where possible, replace solid saturated animal fats with oils and try to eat foods containing more potassium, dietary fiber, calcium, and vitamin D because these are particular concerns in the American diets. One of the advanced tools that you can use for planning can be found here with this DRI calculator at the USDA website. The DRI stands for Daily Recommended Intakes. It can be used by healthcare professionals to calculate the daily recommended intakes of vitamins and minerals for people of all ages. Fill in the questionnaire here on the left and you will receive detailed information in terms of macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins and minerals that you need. And last but not least, let's take a quick look at vegetarian recommendations. One of the concerns that people have is being a vegetarian or vegan might make it difficult to get all the protein that you need. This is a myth. Vegetarians and vegans always manage to get all the protein that they need. In fact, many top athletes are vegan. It's a perfectly healthy, in fact, it's probably the most healthy eating strategy that there is. One of the ways to best manage vegetarianism or veganism is to incorporate vegetables of different colors, like dark leafy greens, red, orange vegetables, beans and peas, starchy vegetables, whole grains, and protein-containing foods like beans and legumes and nuts and seeds and soy products. This slide breaks it down for you. You can see that different caloric levels, different caloric intakes, how much of each of those groups a vegetarian or vegan would require. In terms of health, vegetarian and vegan diets are excellent for both weight loss and long-term longevity. Here is a meta-analysis looking at weight loss for people who are on vegetarian diets. And you can see in all of the studies, vegetarian diets outperformed regular diets in terms of weight loss. That is also true in terms of vegetarian diets and blood pressure. Here on the right hand side you can see meta-analysis of diastolic and systolic blood pressures, and you can see that in almost all the studies blood pressure is reduced, decreased in vegetarian diets. Again, this helps to prevent and protect from cardiovascular disease. And here you can see the result of that in terms of both ischemic heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and cancer incidence. Once again, vegetarian, vegan diets are superior to meat-eating diets in terms of risk for ischemic heart disease and cancers. Now, most of us probably like to eat meat, so one thing to keep in mind is that moderating meat ingestion will get you closer to a vegetarian diet and closer to these favorable health outcomes. In terms of foods to emphasize, if you're vegan or vegetarian, or nutrients to emphasize, it is important to emphasize protein intakes from legumes, whole grains, seeds, and nuts. Milk products are an excellent choice for vegetarians. Leafy greens are good sources of calcium. Iron intakes need to be 2 times higher for vegetarians and vegans because of the difficulty in extracting iron from vegetables compared to extracting iron from meats. It's much easier to extract irons from meat. But there's plenty of iron in foods like raisins and apricots, peaches and prunes are all high in iron. And also important for vegetarian and vegan diets is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is usually found in meats. It can be difficult to obtain for vegetarian and vegan practitioners. The recommendation there is to choose foods that are high in vitamin B12. Some that vegetarians and vegans can choose are things like nori, spirulina, some algae, nutritional yeast. All of these are excellent choices of vitamin B12, and some foods like commercial breakfast cereals or soy beverages are fortified with vitamin B12, and those are excellent choices for vegetarian or vegan practitioners.